Oh, it started. The question is that it appears that most people who have this knowledge of the self and full-bodied experience of the self tend to want to share the knowledge. And I remember you were talking about your own reasons for doing it, which I won't go into now. And we wondered why people have the tendency to do this.
I find it very simple. It's when you read an amazing book that changes your perception, naturally you're drawn to share it with whom you think or is interested in a shift. And because it's not anymore personal and the knowledge is not personal, then it's naturally you're drawn. And I found also that when you share unconditionally, then it opens, it's like it opens something in you. And some people never share. Actually, they're different embodiment of beings that might be fully liberated, and their sharing is in silence, means they impact the whole universe by being the silence itself. And some share with one or two people, and some share with few, some share with more. I don't really know. I see that it happens the way it does. I have no idea.
No, it was a good answer. The book was a good answer. You read a good book and you want to share it.
Yeah.
That was the question about
sharing knowledge.
I know. Yeah.
We can be still for a moment, and then we can continue a little bit from where we stopped with the non-dual, with the veiling and projection. That way we move and we start opening more aspects of it.
That's not this book. We got this book, and we read it, the Animalai Swami, and we read a little bit and we talk about it each morning, which is very nice. I'll go and get the other book.
Okay, where is it?
I'll get it. I know where it is.
Okay. Yeah, we're enjoying discussing his talks. Obviously, he has experienced some awakening as his teacher did, huh? Ramana.
Yeah. That
you know, that's a good,
yes.
That's a good question. Is that came through my head is to ask, and is there seems to be, in my experience, and I call it partial or degrees of awakening. I have other words for it, but I won't use them. And I can't understand why, in this sense. I more than intellectually understand everything that has been told me and what I've read and what I've seemed to become one with. But it seems still that I need to do work to completely be absorbed of who I am. And I don't understand why. What is the blockage or the roadblocks or the hindrance for complete awakening?
Okay. Maybe I'll bring apart something that we can. I'll read off. It's the papers. And it's on the right side. Right, where? Yes, somewhere. Yes. For that question, meditation must be continuous. The current of meditation must be present in all your activities. With practice meditation, work can go on simultaneously. And then it continues and says, this is from Bhagwan. When I say meditate on the self, I'm asking you to be the self, not to think about it. Be aware of what remains when thoughts stop. Be aware of the consciousness that is the origin of all your thoughts. Be that consciousness. Go deeply into this feeling of I. Be aware of this so
You've frozen.
strongly. Now, can you hear?
Yes. You'll have to repeat that.
It's go deeply into the feeling of I. Be aware of it so strongly and so intensely that no other thoughts have the energy to arise and distract you. If you hold this feeling of I long enough and strongly enough, the false I will vanish, leaving only the unbroken awareness of the real eminent I, consciousness itself. If we go back to the question, in order to fix the attention on that which is aware fixing its attention on itself, one has to not be attached to any thought. Because when you are
Go on.
that I am the one who is thinking this,
Is it us?
No, I don't think so. Can you hear us? We can't hear you anymore.
check your connectivity.
This awareness, I'm on a piece of property that constantly needs certain attention.
Yes.
And this one is performing that attention in detail, in taking care of the situations here in detail. I'm not aware that it is I who's doing it. It just appears to be done. And there is no I doing it, in a sense. It is getting done.
Yes. Except that I'll read another part and we'll look at it in terms of you already recognize the state of being aware, beingness that is not a thought. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
And we can see that when you observe these moments carefully, you see that thinking and awareness are polar opposites. Means awareness is distinct from the movement of the mind, and the movement of the mind is not awareness. Yes? The more you have one, the less you have the other. At one end of the continuum, either you're lost in thought, at the other end you are aware. So what happens if there is no thought and you have a sense of awareness, then action can happen spontaneously. Yet if there is thoughts about what is being done, then there is the notion that I am doing or experiencing what is happening. And if we look closely, is that as you observe the difference between the two, awareness and thoughts, you will notice that when you are thinking, you aren't really conscious. This may sound strange, but you'll see for yourself that it's true. When we think, we're actually lost in thought and not aware. When we become aware, we emerge from thoughts. We stop being lost and find something of ourselves, which is awareness itself.
Okay.
This is knowing that you are. It's very subtle, because if you sense the presence of awareness, unless it starts attention on itself, very
It must be the recording of it, huh?
Maybe.
oh,
Lost you.
it's back again.
It's back again.
You're
There was
back
a
again.
bell and then it came back.
Yes, there's something with the connection.
Yeah, it must be in a sense. Let me go a little further than that so I can become clear.
I'll repeat because you didn't hear.
Yes.
If you can sense the presence of awareness right now,
Yes.
and you hold the attention,
Yes.
what happens when your attention
So there's nothing we could do.
No, the only thing we probably can do is start again and see if that works better.
I think it's his, like Alon says, it may be his connection as soon as they went into recording.
Yeah. Maybe we stop one moment, 1 second. Let me try to stop the broadcast.